Well, now I'm in the courtyard. Now I just have to find Nina. Empty syringes, soiled bandages, and a finger. I wonder if Oleg would... No, I'd better not. I'd rather not think about whose guts have been removed with these. Something is casting these shadows. Something very, very close. There's a key in the lamp. It's a strange hiding place, but better than putting it under the doormat. Because of the heat of the lamp, this key is really hot. I don't really want to touch it with my bare hands. It should work with that. It seems to be a sewage pipe. It runs into the top floor. Done. It fits. And into the lion's den. Hopefully no one's in the cellar. A dictation machine. Maybe there's a recording of Nina on it.
Patient 1835, severe psychological and neural problems, currently in a coma. During the observation period, the patient exhibited symptoms such as optical and acoustic hallucinations, reflexive muscle contractions, and incontinence. Patient also exhibited psychogenic reactions, temporary amnesia, partial facial paralysis, and spots in front of the eyes. Damage to the temporal lobe caused by external influences, fracture of the right wrist, various contusions, and hematomas in the area of the head and arms. Apart from some of the external injuries, the patient exhibits similar symptoms as the other patients. The report must be completed as soon as possible and faxed to Moscow.
Damn, the batteries are running right down. That sounds terrible. What does "as with the other patients" mean? Does it mean that these behavioral and consciousness problems appear on a lot of people? If yes, why? What is the cause? I'll have to tell Nina about that, because something here is not right. I don't know what it is, but I definitely don't like it. Not at all. There's a whole load of medicines and chemical stuff in it. The labels on these bottles are all printed with chemical formulas. As long as I don't know what is in there, I'll leave them where they are. Quite honestly, I find the things ridiculous. There are medical records in here, all sorted alphabetically. Maybe I can find out what they did to Nina. K, Koch, Kyo, Cam... No records on Nina. Wait, Oleg said she was traveling under a false name, something with P. Perkova. So let's have a look. P... Pow... Perez... Perez Manuel. Wasn't he the one who went on the Tunguska expedition with Nina's father? And he was here too? That's very interesting. I should have a look at that. If my rudimentary medical knowledge isn't fooling me, there's something here about extreme behavioral and consciousness disturbances. Perez's behavior obviously showed such strange symptoms, unrecorded in any known illness. That was ages ago. In the meantime, research should have... It looks like they tried to find out about the illness by carrying out experiments on him. Through the cranium without an anesthetic. That's ghastly. Electroshocks, straitjacket, shock therapy. That reads like a torture report out of the Middle Ages. But the poor guy seems to have survived it. Then, a few weeks ago, he was sent back to his home country after an application from a certain Dr. Nicole Charlois to a small suburb of San Cristobal west of Havana. It looks like he obviously resisted so violently that they had to give him the double doses of phenylcyclidine piperidine. I believe that sedative has been forbidden for a while now. That's strange. Perez has been here for almost 30 years, and suddenly they're shipping him off to Cuba? And Nina's father disappears without a trace shortly thereafter. I would be astonished if there wasn't a connection. But but what could it be? I don't really want to find out who or what is lying underneath it and where all these stains come from. Luckily, it can't be Nina. The person or thing is far too small. The bucket is full of blood. I think I'm gonna throw up. My doctor always uses a thing like that to listen to my lungs rattle. I cannot find anything in particular on the skull, but the lungs. I can't imagine that the person is still alive. A syringe. Looks like it hasn't been used yet, although the needle's been uncovered. I'll have to be careful not to touch the needle. Still appears to be new and unused. Ammonia. No idea what they use that for. Maybe as an alternative to smelling salts to bring someone back to consciousness? I can hear voices. As long as I don't know what to expect on the other side, I'm not touching this door.
Can't do anything about that, but you're missing out. It's a really good game. I just wish the satellite dish wasn't so sensitive. I have to keep adjusting it. Hopefully, it won't be as windy as yesterday. I couldn't really see anything properly. No, you can forget that. Just be happy that the broad is in a deep sleep at least and not constantly on a rampage. Yep, and 3 more days up in that damp room, then our doctors have more work to do. No, you better stay up there. There's hardly anyone here, but in case someone should surface, there'll be another uproar about people leaving posts and so on. Not to worry. The head physician won't even notice that I'm more occupied with the TV during my shift than with making rounds. I'm keeping an eye on the entrance. If he doesn't come crawling through the basement, I'll notice him in time no matter what. Yep, will do. Till then. And don't go hunting rats again. The doc is still sour about the bullet holes.
A damp room somewhere on the upper floors. At least now I know where Nina is being held. But it's a little inconvenient that there are at least 2 guards there. I have got to get into contact with Nina somehow. Perhaps she's got an idea how to get rid of them. The guard is busy watching soccer on TV. Still, I better not go any further into the room, because if he turns around, I'm dead meat. A heavy safety door. It only seems to open from one side. I'd better not go there. As soon as the guard notices me, I'll have some huge problems. Looks more like a hooligan than nursing staff. But maybe that was the basic qualification for the job. Hardly the newest model, but it fulfills its purpose. The people should be working, not watching TV.
Damn it! The stupid satellite dish needs adjusting again.
The guard is desperately trying to readjust the satellite dish. I can hear really loud snoring. And groans, something about a train, explosions, and Daddy. Now, wait a minute, that sounds like Nina! The pipe seems to lead into the room where she's being held. Nina, hey, wake up! Nina! No! Damn, she seems to be a heavy sleeper. She can't hear me. That penetrating smell might just take care of waking Nina up. Ugh, it stinks to hell down here now. That does not help me at all. Maybe the small ventilator is powerful enough to blow this ammonia stink into Nina's cell. Gotta be worth a try.
Ugh, what a terrible smell. Doesn't that contravene all the rules of the Geneva Convention?
I'm very happy that you're all right.
Max?
Who else? Or were you expecting someone special?
To tell you the truth, I wasn't prepared for a surprise visit. I should tidy up a bit here first. And let some air in. Did you send me this revolting smell in here?
Yes, there was no other way to wake you up. By the way, you snore and talk in your sleep.
If you mention that to anyone at all, you are a dead man.
Don't worry, but we have to get you out of there first.
Good idea. Do you have a plan?
No, not really.
Then now is the time to come up with one. I'll get myself tidied up in the meantime. The fact that the hero rescues the princess and she looks like something the cat dragged in was never part of any story that I have read. And with only one leg, you're useless as a chair. This chair leg is only made out of plastic, but I still can't break it off. The wall doesn't make a very solid impression. However, getting out of here would probably take days. It's broken out of the wall. I don't really want to know what is scrabbling around in there. That's pretty. My grandmother used to earn a living crocheting placemats like that. I would probably break my fingers trying. The sweet smell of decomposition is the only reminder of what was once in here, whatever that might have been. And I lay on that thing. Ugh. Pull it once over this sharp edge and the work of many evenings goes to the dogs. Ooh, if my grandmother would see that. The thread is not all that strong if a part breaks off when I tie a knot. The stone seems to have hit the bottom. Now I can exchange a few smaller objects with Max. So now the last leg is off too. Don't you go walking away. Take that, scourge of every health authority.
If I'm not mistaken, one of these bottles contains that stuff Perez was sedated with in it. I still can't identify the rest. A heavy safety door. It only seems to open from one side. The wedge seems to be keeping the door ajar. If I lock the guard in, he'll be a bit baffled for a while. After a few minutes, though, he'll sound the alarm. I've got to think of something. How am I going to silence the guy? I'll take the back of the syringe off. The needle and its attachment should then be light enough for me to use it as a dart in my blowpipe. If I touch this needle now, our little adventure will come to a pretty fast end.
Crap! How did that happen?
That guy is making a hell of a noise. I'll have to get him to shut up very quickly. I think that with such a hectic job, a little bit of peace won't hurt the guard.
Ouch! What was that?
So, I'm rid of him for now. Locked. Either a live broadcast from the Antarctic, or the effects of adjusting the satellite dish. Cheese soup. Theoretically very delicious, but theory and practical life are very often rather far apart. The sponge sucks itself full of soup. A pin board with thousands of small notices, some instructions, naked women, telephone numbers, but nothing that brings me any further. I'll take the thumbtacks with me, but the bulletin board can stay where it is. So, this is where the second guard is sitting. I almost landed in his lap. One more step and he'll notice me. I've got to think of something to distract him.
First of all, I need the bait before I construct any fiendish traps. Looks like it could work as a trap. Stress on the could. If it is really true that mice and rats like cheese, then this aromatic piece of foam rubber must be the perfect bait. The big game hunt can begin. Then let's have a look and see what we've caught. I like rats almost as much as I like the dentist and leg amputations.
Run. Run as fast as you can and keep the guard busy for as long as you can. Good luck.
Just you wait, you little beast! I'll get you!
I'll put this thumbtack under the cushion so that the guard doesn't get suspicious.
Damn! That rat just slipped away from me! But wait, I'll get you next time! Ah! Spivak, you're a rat as well! But I'll get you too!
All is quiet. I hope the dose was strong enough. A bunch of keys!
I'm really happy to see you, and thanks for...
My pleasure, noble princess. Come on now, we have to go.
I'll just get my things together. Hopefully those guys haven't grabbed everything.